Welcome back to another episode of Uncorked Conversations. So, day one, Barcelona. Just getting back to the hotel because I went to introduce myself to a dispensary that I am looking to partner and work with. So I went to go do that. It was super cool. Definitely got to enjoy myself. Because if you know traveling could be a lot. Traveling could be a whole lot, especially when you are traveling to other countries, other continents. Traveling can be a lot. And today was a lot. Now, it was a great day, and I'm going to get to that message in just a minute. It was a great day overall, but our second leg of our flight was delayed. So, yes, we were those people running through the airport today. Definitely was running through the airport today, but they didn't leave us, okay? They did not leave us. They were actually waiting for us to get there. But then our bags were delayed. Good thing is our bags are finally here. You can see all the bags. The bags are finally here, but we were skeptical because we had to go and buy a few things earlier just because the weather changed and the things that we knew that we were going to need were in our check luggage, because you don't be wanting to have everything in your carry-on. But good thing we did pack clothes, toiletries, hygiene stuff in our carry-on, so we was able to come to the hotel and freshen up, do a little whole bath situation. If you never had a whole bath before, then I'm scared of you, honey. But we had to do that. But our bags are finally here. So we get to take us a full shower, because I said, baby, we've been traveling since yesterday. I'm ready to take me a good hot shower. But tell me why they broke my bag. I hate when airlines do that. And I understand it's not all being operated by humans. Why would y'all break my bag like that? So I'm not going to stress about it tonight because I'm obviously tired. But tomorrow I got to call, deal with the whole thing. Because, hello, baby, can you help me? Who about to pay for my bag? And I have a beautiful Wrangler set and they broke it. So they need to replace the whole thing. That's all I know. But got to the airport earlier today, right? And if you've traveled lately or if you've ever traveled around the holidays, which I always do because my birthday is around the holidays, you know that the airline could be jam-packed. Jam-packed, right? So airport was jam-packed. We got there and we had never flown on this particular airline before. So we got there trying to figure out all of the things, and God, he's something. Sometimes I laugh and be like, oh yeah, that's how you feel. But got to the airport, the line was crazy, okay? The line was crazy. And we were in one line, and my friend asked the guy from the airline a question just to make sure we were where we were supposed to be, because they were making quite a few changes, actively making changes while we were in line. So we was like, wait, whoa. Oh, are we in the right line? Because now we couldn't time. The man was like, y'all, come on. He's taking us to the front of the line. He having people, could y'all move this way? Could you move this? Pretty much, can you clear the way? Can you clear the way? Can you clear the path? Can you get your children? Can you get all these 93 bags y'all got moved to the side? I need these two ladies to come directly to the front. We get to the front, y'all. I don't know if this guy was the manager or whatever it was, but you could definitely tell that he was in some type of decision-making position. He said, and I'm going to bump up y'all flight class. So not only will God make sure that you are doing things in His timing? When you're willing to be obedient, when you're willing to, have the discipline, when you're willing to surrender and give your yes, He will take you by the hand. It don't matter what's going on in the midst of chaos. It don't matter if there's 562,843 people in line. If He says your turn, I need you to just come on to the front. And I feel like this is definitely a season, not just for myself, but for some like-minded people around me, to where it's your turn. And I'm going to speak for me, because I feel like a lot of times in these moments, I always try to be so inclusive. And I'm going to give you permission to be just as selfish within reason. It's your turn. It's my turn. And every time God sees fit to take me by the hand and take me to the front of the line, I'm not looking back with any type of guilt. I'm not looking back with any other thoughts than it's my turn, and I waited patiently. So, upped our class, and then, we make our way to our flight or whatever. We had a really beautiful moment on the flight just to chill. We were comfortable. Of course, we got to have first class at least once in our life, so we definitely look forward to doing that at a later time. But definitely enjoyed the flight. It wasn't until we were delayed when getting there. And even with being delayed, it's something about still being in the realm of like God's divine timing. Because when I tell you we was running, feet, ankles are swollen because we were trucking it. You hear me? And when the running stopped, we was walking fast, swift. Like if we had on them warm-up suits, y'all know from back in how it would be that. Like you would hear it loud and clear. But we was trucking it. And while I didn't want to be negative, I also knew that there was a possibility that we could miss the flight because it's not our timing. All we could do is just do our best to get there. We get there. The people was waiting on us. So it's something about thinking that you late to arrive when you really just on time. It's something about thinking that if you are being disciplined and obedient to God and He say I'm bringing you to the front of the line, there's nothing that you could do to stop that. Even when it was delayed, like it still wasn't denied. Like we got there in the timing that we needed to be there. And that's just how far grace go. And all today, it's just been a ripple effect of like God's grace. And guess what? He don't play about me. He don't play about me. He showed up today on our behalf in every possible way that you could think of. Even with the slightest frustrations, because I told y'all, I'm not playing about my suitcase. You hear me? I'm not playing. They will. I don't even need to get mad or frustrated. They will take care of that. But even in the midst of like the slightest like frustrations and moments and things like that, it's still been grace. It's still been favor. It's still been so much like reassurance, like I got y'all because y'all got me. And y'all got me because I got y'all. And we locked in like that. But that is day one wrapped. Have you ever been at a point in your life or a season where you felt like you just was having the hardest time making decisions? I mean, not even like your big life decisions, like where should I move? Like, should I go back to school? Is it time for a new job? But like the small things, like should I have my tea before I shower? Or should I go ahead and go to the gym and then shower after? Should I make breakfast now or do it later? Like the simple things. Should I call them now? Or should I finish what I'm doing and then call them back after, only to realize that you didn't even get to do none of the things that you thought about doing because you spent majority of the time being indecisive? Yeah, I've definitely been that person before. And before we even get into it, let me properly introduce myself. My name is Sunny, just a girl in her 30s, navigating this thing called life, being graceful with myself, at the same time being superhuman, because at the end of the day, who really has it all together to begin with? I'll wait. Exactly. Nobody. So let me just tell you a little bit about how I went from having these small day-to-day moments of indecisiveness to making decisions real quick, real easily, and then knowing when a decision requires a little bit more time and strategy and purpose and focus and intention. All of that. You might want to go ahead and grab your notes, grab a little pen, or open up your notes tab on your phone, because if you have experienced this, like I have experienced it, you definitely gonna want to jot some things down, because who has time to be making life harder than what it is? Hello, somebody. But anyway, I went from being super indecisive about things that really didn't even matter. I just gave them more of a platform than they needed to have in my life. Like, girl, what are you really doing? But it came down to this, and I know y'all like to tussle, so don't be mad when you hear me say what I'm about to say when I say what I say. You struggle with making small day-to-day decisions because, truth be told, you really don't know exactly what it is that you want, mainly because you really haven't decided exactly who you want to be. Ooh, don't be mad. Don't be mad at me. Now, we off to a great start. Introducing ourselves, being friends. Don't be mad. But the fact of the matter is, society projects so much onto you to it. You really have to like unplug, lock in, get to the nitty gritty, like get to the root of, baby, who am I? Who do I want to be? What kind of life do I see for myself? Is that aligned with God's will? Because let's not forget about my boy Big G. I'm not doing nothing without him. You hear me? Okay. Bring it back down, because sometimes these thoughts go all over the place, and that's just something you're going to have to get used to. I've gotten used to it, and I have learned to love every part of myself, including that part that goes from doing one thing to doing 10,000 other things. See, like now I had to stop and take a breath, but I always end up getting everything done, and when I don't get done, I take it as a lesson. Okay, get back focused. Y'all got me all distracted. Jeez. So there's times where we want something or we want a certain life for ourselves. And what we have to accept is that those things change. If you don't get out there and let your mind change about something, because at the drop of a dime, oh, I changed my mind. Drop of a dime. Oh, yeah, I used to be interested in it. And that's because if you are forever evolving, then nothing will stay the same except maybe character. And maybe that'll change in some ways, or, maturity. And hopefully that changes in some ways, because, we could all use a little bit. Please grow up and find you something safe to do in our life. Get back on track. But everything changes or should change at some point or another. And this is simply okay. I feel like I run into the issue, or have run into the issue, because we're leaving things of the past in the past. Your girl is moving forward with a new mindset. I feel like in the past, I have had one idea of who I wanted to be, and then I am influenced or inspired by something that I have, I'm admiring it. Let's just call it a spade a spade. I'm admiring it. Something has spiked my interest. And while there's parts about it that I would like to adapt into my life, society has told me that no, this is who you want to be. This is the life that you want to have. And truth be told, I don't. Now, I'm not saying these are facts, but I'm just giving an example, because your girl is out here navigating in her 30s and she's single. She don't have any children. But who told me that I had to have children? Who told me that? Who told me that I had to want this all figured out life where I'm at home doing all the things that someone else feel like I should be doing? Who told me that that's the life that I'm supposed to have because my friends have kids, or because your friends maybe don't have kids? Who told you that someone else's life is the life that you're supposed to have, or that you're supposed to want? Exactly. So let me tell you what I had to do. I had to really get back to the root of, what kind of life do I want to have? What kind of life does God's will say that I'm going to have? Okay, what version of myself is it going to take to not only get these things, maintain and obtain? Write that down. Maintain, obtain. Again, maintain, obtain. Okay, see, because y'all always getting off track. Get back focused. But what version of myself is not only going to obtain it and maintain it, but is going to appreciate it and be a good steward over it. Because, come on, y'all figure out what scripture that is and drop it in the comments for somebody, or send it to somebody, or write it down for yourself, because sometimes we the ones that need to hear the things that we think other people need to hear. Clock it. Stay focused. I don't know why I let these kids teach me the things that they teach me. But anyway, get back to the task. Sometimes the smallest decisions from day to day change and affect our ability to be able to make bigger decisions. And when we get to a place where we can make bigger decisions off of the facts of who we are, what we want, and what we've been called to do or to be, decision making at that point becomes so much more easier. And I hope y'all writing this down, because I'm really writing in my journal. And sometimes I have to just tell myself in my journal, like, girl, do you hear you? Because we have a lot to say to other people, but the truth and the fact of the matter is, did you tell you that? So I have gotten into a healthy habit of making sure I tell me the things that I think other people need to hear. Because are you practicing what you preaching, and are you walking according to what you talking? I really got bars out here. I probably should have been a rapper, but then again, there I go, telling myself what I should have been, because knowing doggone well I don't want to be nobody's rapper. Get back focused, because you're always throwing me off track. And that's how my journal be looking like full for 3 days and then blank for 2 days. Because let's be honest, as much as we want to journal, sometimes that doesn't happen every day, unless you make the decision that it is in support of who you're supposed to be. Say it with me, what you're supposed to be doing, and yada, yada, yada. Let's just say in the past few months, I have been making some tough decisions that not only are those big decisions, but also trickle down to my day-to-day, because I not discovered, but accepted the facts and the truth about who it is that I really want to be. And it has required me to start making a difference in the decisions that I make every day. Do I want to get up at 5:30, or do I want to get up at 7? Or do I want to get up at 10? We always hear how, oh, you must have more hours in a day than I have. And we know that's not true. The fact of the matter is, you are getting so stuck in the decision-making process that you're taking 4 hours to decide on something so simple in your day-to-day routine or activity, to where you've lost those hours. And now you're saying you don't have enough hours in a day. You would if you made decisions a little easier. And don't be getting upset with me, because I'm just telling you what your inner self and your other version of yourself want to tell you. And I hate to tell me that, so I'm just telling you, because we all right like that, ain't we? Okay, exactly. So when it comes to decision making, and let's just be real, ladies, it could be as simple as what I'm going to eat. And fellas, don't feel yourself too much in this moment, because you still ain't made that decision that you said you was going to make that last time. I ain't trying to call you out. I'm just trying to tell you, like, you're in this too. But what is it that we really are in fear of when it comes to making a decision? What is it that we think we are going to lose, miss out on, or lack by making a decision? What is it? What is it? I don't know what it is for y'all. And sometimes I just got to raise my voice at me a little bit, because while she appreciates me talking gentle to her, she also need a little get up in there and do what you said you was going to do, or you just be talking a good game. Sometimes we got to call ourselves to the forefront, and that affects our inability to be able to make decisions too, because we have made ourselves believe that if we don't make as many decisions that can impact or affect an outcome, then we are not as responsible for our lives as we should be. Yeah, y'all really got to write this down. I'm telling you, because this straight off the dome. This is straight off the dome. But seriously, you lack nothing. Everything comes in abundance to you. You lose out on nothing by making decisions that are the smallest decisions, but impact your day-to-day in the most impactful ways. You lose nothing, because Guess who Big G is? Him. Guess who you are? Her. Guess who he is? That. Okay, I'm not going to say that. But you get the picture. She's her and he's him, and we're them, and we lack nothing. The abundance is in overflow. We have everything that we need. I am okay and more confident in making decisions knowing that I lack nothing. I make decisions easily because I take power into consideration, knowing that every small decision ultimately leads up to bigger decisions that ultimately allow me to be who I say I am, live the life that I desire to live, and have the things that God promised me to have. I'm just telling you that there's some things that have taken place in our lives to where we get this cautious feeling when it comes to making decisions. And I gotta tell you, it's due to fear, it's due to lack, it's due to I'm not really being honest and truthful with myself, because if we made decisions more so based on facts and reality, what would really get in the way of making a decision? No is no and yes is yes. And once you become real confident and accept who you've decided you want to be, you become real comfortable with making these decisions. You become extremely comfortable. No, I don't want to go. No, I don't want to do that. It don't matter if it's friends, family, whatever it is. You become very comfortable in making decisions, because at the end of the day, it really comes down to, is this in support of who I say I want to be? Or is this suppressing who I say I'm becoming? You got to really get into it. And what you have to do is stop allowing time to get stuck in a moment of fear that affects your ability to be able to make decisions. Because when you go back, because there is no place of arrival, just like you're going to forever be changing, you always going to be healing, or at least you should be, but you ain't hear that from me, because I know how y'all like to tussle. Listen, it is what it is. And that's just that. That's just that, and this just this. And you have just tuned into whatever I wrote in my journal, from my journal to you. The fact of the matter is, at the end of the day gotta end. Shout out to my girl Glorilla, because yes, I be on this healing journey, but I also be in the gym turning up with the girls. That's reminding me to be all of the things, be everything that I am. Go do the things, go see the places, go take the trip, move out your state, move out your country, create some boundaries, put your phone on do not disturb, go love again. Who cared that you got hurt? Go live, go laugh. Who told y'all that shit wasn't funny? Ooh, I wasn't supposed to say that, but who told y'all that stuff wasn't funny? I'm out here laughing, okay? Because one thing me and the girls are going to do, we're going to catch a kiki. We also going to support each other and show up for each other. We're going to pray. We're going to grow. We're going to evolve. We're going to hold each other accountable. And since we friends, guess what? I got to do the same for you. So get out here. Decide who you want to be. Make sure that you show up as that person every day. Make decisions based on what is going to support him or her in becoming the best version of that particular person. Okay? And while you're here, ask yourself one good question, and just write it down, even if you don't have an answer right now, because that's okay too. Think about the last time that you was able to easily make a decision based on facts and based on what would support the version of yourself that you're trying to become. And then write down the last time you made a decision or was so indecisive for so long based on fear or based on the idea of lack or losing something. And once you get them answers, I want you to just look at it for a minute, because sometimes we got to look at stuff and be like, girl, dude, I just can't believe you. And after you stare at what you wrote down for a minute, ask yourself, it happened, now what? Whew. Okay, your girl didn't even know she was that long-winded, but it's time for me to wrap it up, and I can't wait to catch y'all on the next episode of My Journal to You. It's been fun. I love you. Go love on yourself. Go do it. Go decide. I'm deciding to go do whatever I'm about to do. Love you. Bye.